The Jackson State hat has some type of mystique all over the college landscape. It represents so many things. It represents uh, empowerment, a belief, a vision that HBCUs have the ability, have what it takes to get top notch talent. And with the leadership of so many HBCU coaches, especially Coach Prime, Coach Dooley, Hugh Jackson, Coach Maynard, Willie Simmons, Coach Fred McNair. You cannot forget Fred McNair and many others. Coach Eddie Pugh from South Carolina State. The list goes on. The time is now, and no one's waiting for anybody. It's here, and I'm here to talk about it. What's good, everyone? This is DJ's Raw Uncut Truth, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Man, it's almost Christmas time. Not really, but it's almost the recruiting holidays, known as the second part of signing day. I'm excited. Look at all the HBCUs doing their thing. Shout out to Hugh Jackson. Shout out to Coach Prime. Shout out to Fred McNair, Willie Simmons, Coach Dooley, Coach Pugh from South Carolina State, Coach Dansby of Mississippi Valley State. Man, the list goes on. So many great coaches. And if I miss any names, please forgive me. But that JSU hat, it has some type of mystique. The PWI fans are shook when they see that hat on the table. Harold Perkins just decommitted. Now, my last video, when I talked about the possible 3 players that could commit to Jackson State, I mentioned a potential decommitment with Harold Perkins. I said, do not be surprised if Harold Perkins decommits. You all just seen it there. So you know I'm not bullshitting you. Excuse my language. This is a fun time. There's endless possibilities. Being coached by Coach Prime is a blessing in itself. You're talking about a brother who's played in the NFL at a high level, one of the greatest players of all time, brought swag to the sport of football, made it okay to be yourself, to not act a certain way just to get, at a high level. Coach Prime did this as a player. And what's a better coach that can relate to these young generation athletes than him? Harold Perkins has a tough decision. Now, is it guaranteed that it's going to be Jackson State? No. It could be. It could be Florida. It could be LSU. But I'm telling you right now, if Harold Perkins has a Jackson State hat on that table, there's a good chance that he's going. Any of them. This year, you have not seen a top-notch athlete when they have a Jackson State hat on that table, Renee going in and saying, "Nah, I'm just using it for a display." They take it seriously. The game has changed now, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it, man. And SWAC fans, HBC fans, embrace the hate. That means you're doing something right. The powers that be are out there on social media crying because a young athlete has the belief in himself and his culture to choose an HBCU. And they shame these athletes for doing for self. And they show their true colors. I tell brothers and sisters who are playing sports all the time, you got to look out for yourself. You cannot just assume that these coaches are for you. You got to do your research. You got to find the right fit, and you got to make sure the school is the right school for you. It's not a 4-year decision. It's a 40-year decision. Remember that. And a lot of shines forget that schools like Grambling, Jackson State, FAMU, they're blue bloods. They may not be a PWI school, but they're blue bloods. There's a lot of history there. They produce more Hall of Famers than most FBS schools. Put out more NFL players than most FBS schools. That is a fact. This is what they don't tell people about. But man, February, early February, boy, oh boy, it's going to be something to see. I'm just going to sit back. I'm going to sit back, relax, and watch the show. Now, I'm telling you right now, here's a player that is a great need for Jackson State. If they get Devon Campbell with this team, that's going to be a big upgrade. Shadir Sanders is going to be able to eat a sandwich, drink Sprite, eat pizza before he throws the ball. He's going to have that much time if they get Devon Campbell. I'm telling you right now, that brother can move for a lineman. And he's a bona fide 5-star. One of the best players in the nation. If they get him, man, it's going to be trouble. But the possibilities are endless. So my HBCU family, man, let's come together. Let's come as one, and let's keep bringing a spotlight to all these players, man, especially the ones that have a vested interest in HBCUs. It's not just about your favorite school. It's about our people. Never forget that. We are something when we do things together. We are nothing when we do things alone. That's something my great-grandfather once told me. A man that in a tough state like Arkansas was able to own his own land. Had so many people trying to buy his land, but he stood there, stood pat. And he was able to turn that land, the part of that land, into a mechanical shop to fix cars. That's empowerment. This is what it's all about. The HBCU family. This is DJ's Raw Cut Truth, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Man, I don't care what a hater has to say. There's nothing they can tell me to put down this mood I have for HBCUs, man. I don't care how much they hate on these players. I don't care how much they hate on the coaches, how we don't win enough. I don't want to hear it. Because when the SWAC, the MEAC, and all of HBCUs start getting our people to buy in, top-level athletes, there's nothing they're going to do to stop it. And I mean that. This is DJ's Raw Cut Truth, now RawTruth Media, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Like, share the video, stay blessed, and I'm out.